Hey guys, and we are about to face the final boss of Station 3, so just so you're aware of my levels and my gear just before we go in there, as you can see that's the laser weapon I have made. Yep, I've got the Warrior's Bracelet and the Lifesaver, which is basically all you really need to know. I've got Berserk equipped, so I'm going to deal more damage. Yeah, I don't think there's much else that you need to really see other than that. So all I'm going to say is, unfortunately, the ending cutscene in this game, and I have done a test, and unfortunately because of PCSX 2, there's a lag in the cutscene, so you won't be able to, like, let's put it this way, like, there's audio desync, and there's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to head off and fight the CEO of the company and beat the crap out of him. Because everybody likes beating the crap out of CEOs these days. I mean, who doesn't? Especially of game companies. Particularly publishers. Nobody likes publisher CEOs. Here it is, boys. This is where the CEO of Nintendo lives. This is where he spends his days plotting on how he's going to screw the consumer and screw everyone, and how he's going to like eliminate games preservation by any means necessary, and turn everything into a service for his own financial gain. But we're not going to let him do that. We're not going to let him take down the eShop. We're going to fight him and fight for our rights as consumers. And in their case, well, the protagonist's case, the right to exist.
Why is this happening?
Owner, I mean Luther. Now do you understand? Stop this right now!
Blair? So you led them here? Your defiance knows no bounds, my sister.
Your brother and sister? So Blair is the owner's sister. The life forms spawned within the Eternal Sphere have attained a level of intellectual development that rivals our own. It's time to let them go their own way.
You're kidding me. They're nothing but data. The cosmos of the Eternal Sphere is a toy. It's just a game!
Now that they've developed minds equal to our own, how are they any different from us? The evidence is clear. It's getting harder and harder to interfere in their dimension as we please. Doesn't that prove that they've become equals? That they deserve to live?
But they've gained the power to cross into our own dimension and inflict harm on us. Such dangerous entities cannot be ignored.
Yeah, they're a threat to our DLC.
Here in our dimension until you try to destroy theirs. In my mind, they've done nothing wrong by coming here to stop you.
If we can't remove the characters, then how can we make DLC of them and resell them later?
The existence of entities like these is causing massive bugs in the Eternal Sphere itself. Tell me what's wrong with eliminating flawed code.
Flawed code? Sure, we might be entities created by your hand, but that doesn't give you the right to decide everything. We deserve the right to live and die on our own.
Nintendo would like a word with you.
This is ridiculous. You're nothing more than a collection of zeros and ones.
No matter what the real truth is,
Like, Nintendo would sue its own characters. It would.
We
Oh, it
want
would.
to save our dimension and everyone in it.
She's right. We've come all this way thanks to the thoughts and feelings of countless people. Allowing you to erase us would betray them all.
Thoughts and feelings? What rubbish! Your thoughts and feelings are nothing more than fabrications modeled on our own!
Luther, you still don't get it, do you?
Shut up already, Blair! It's you who doesn't understand!
I mean, look at how wealthy he is. Where's gold? That's how wealthy he is.
No matter how high a level of existence they try to reach, they're still nothing but fabrications. Data should obey the will of their creator and submit to deletion.
But he's a CEO of a game company, so what do you expect? Of course he's wearing gold.
We won't give up!
he's going to be rich as fuck. That's why he's got, like, that's why his entire tower is like golden with glass floors. And he's also got a jukebox playing jazz music constantly while he's working and ruining gaming. Yeah, this is the first phase of the final boss fight. It's yeah, it's a bit easy.
Happening. Something.
As you can clearly see. But there's no battle trophies for that.
This can't be. I'm the creator. Why is this happening?
Luther, stop this right now. Hurry, everyone. Get the Eternal Sphere back up. I'll try to fill in the gaps the best I can.
This makes no sense. How could this happen to me? How could I be surpassed by my own creations?
I mean, you're fighting video game characters, what do you expect? They're gonna bum you.
I see. It's because I took the easy way out by only erasing the problematic data. If the viruses are working together to create their own data, then I should delete everything!
That's how Nintendo operates.
Luther?
This is the Nintendo mindset, people. This is how they operate. This is how they think.
That's it!
This is how they run things. The same way Luther does.
Galaxy. I'll completely delete all the data linked to the Eternal Sphere. That will completely eliminate these viruses too. It's so simple. Why didn't I think of it before?
So now he's going to delete everything. Great.
All ends now. No more of your silly tricks. I'll delete the whole universe!
And yeah, he's pretty insane. Like, a bit too insane for a game company CEO, but, you know, I mean, Nintendo's CEO is probably insane as well. But then again, he knows what he's doing.
You are putting yourself in grave
I don't think this guy knows
danger
what he's
by
doing,
hiding
though.
this while we're still projected into the Eternal Sphere.
Which tells us that we have a good chance of beating his ass, because he's stupid. Whereas game companies, they're not stupid, and that's the reason why you can't beat them.
Die! 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 Be gone, everyone and everything! Righteousness shall prevail!
Get ready for some epic music. Well, you're not going to hear much of it, but this song's pretty awesome. But yeah, here we are, the final boss of the game, and yeah, Maria can't help but keep moving forward, apparently. Yep. Of course, you're going to go for Mia immediately. Let's get the witch tablets on. No, not witch tablets. Well, actually, whatever, we'll just use the witch tablets because obviously I'm getting bodied here by freaking Luther who wants to get in my fucking face, apparently. Who's going to pay for that? Right, you want to be annoying? Is that what you want to do?
Behave as such.
Ah, shit.
I'll show you my most powerful program.
Oh boy. Not this move. This move sucks. Why do they have to target? God damn it. Fucking magical berries, I guess. Yep, You want to be a fucking dipshit, you do, don't you? Fucking knobhead. Yeah, that's what you get for being a cunt.
Data! They're nothing but data! Why am I being deleted? Destroyed? Why? Ah!
And yeah, we got a battle trophy for that. Funny how we got a battle trophy for using only battle skills. I mean, what other skills are you going to use?
The SMC, the Small Magellanic Cloud, has been erased. M31, the Andromeda Galaxy, erased. IC-1613, erased. NGC-6822, erased. At this rate, everything will be deleted.
Our universe is vanishing before our eyes.
It is.
Oh no. Do you think that maybe we were too late?
Yeah, there might be a bit of desync in this scene.
I wonder what's going to happen.
Just believe. Just believe that we exist here and now.
You're right. We're not just mere data that someone created.
Just because we were told to accept deletion doesn't mean we have to give up. No way!
That's right, Sophia. Choose to live.
Yeah, as you can see, it's very laggy.
Everything is completely.
Seems to be a thing about Tri-Ace games on the PS2.
Light.
Like, because Valve Profile 2 has the same problem.
Body no longer exists.
But I figured out how to solve that. I don't know how to solve this one. So yeah, unfortunately gonna have to pull up with it.
So nothing really
I mean, I'm
exists.
sure the cutscene's still available to watch somewhere on YouTube if you want to see it.
If that were true.
But yeah. The gist of it is that, yeah, they're questioning whether or not they exist. And yeah, get ready for a huge explanation for all of this crazy nonsense. Oh boy! Like, how do you explain this? I mean, how do you explain this? Like, how are they still here? That's the thing. It's question time, boys. How are we still here? How are they still around? And how is everything that deleted still around here?
Hey!
Well, it's about time. What took you so long?
Welcome back, Fate.
Hey, guys.
Took you long enough.
Yeah. I see you guys are okay too. What a relief.
You mind explaining what happened? Have we been erased?
All that we can see in our dimension, and everything we can touch. It's all been a fabrication created for us to perceive. And now Luther has disabled our perception of such things, effectively erasing them from existence. Without perception, there is no existence. And yet, even though everything around us was an illusion, I'm positive that our minds, which perceive that dimension, really do exist.
Do you see why they call it Star Ocean until the end of time?
Right. No matter what Luther claims, our minds are the only things that were real.
That's exactly why Luther was unable to erase our consciousness. He merely deleted all the illusions around us. Doing so could not possibly erase that which actually exists outside of his creation.
Because the timeline's done, like there's no more timeline, but they still exist.
So, you're saying Luther never acknowledged our existence? Does his failure to do so explain why we still exist here?
Maybe. Strictly speaking, the universe as we know it most likely no longer exists.
Hence the name.
Nevertheless, we still feel its existence in our minds.
Star Ocean until the end of time.
If everyone in that universe still feels like we do right now, then that universe really does exist.
Because, as you can see, it's not the end of the universe, it's just the end of time, because
No matter what really happened.
like time was kind of linked to the illusion that has been
This
deleted.
is quite the philosophical conundrum.
Yeah, Nell's kind of right there. It really is.
Does it really matter? Haven't we taken care of everything? If we have, then let's just leave it at that.
Good point. We exist here, and so does the universe. And that's enough. Let's go. Let's go back to where we belong.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go back home.
And that's why Star Ocean 3 will forever be the final game in the series. Because you can't continue a franchise when a franchise was built on a universe that doesn't exist anymore, you know? So yeah, the universe gets destroyed, the end. Is the easy way of explaining the ending of Star Ocean 3. But explaining the actual, like the whole story is more complicated than that. Yeah, but as you can see, you can't really continue Star Ocean from this. This is the end of the series, this is the end of the franchise, this is the end of it all, because the whole universe gets deleted. But they still exist, and like, you couldn't really continue Star Ocean from here because, like, the only thing that truly exists is the minds. But the actual timeline is finished because the timeline was tied to the Eternal Sphere, like, which is no longer a thing. So all that's left is what was in the Eternal Sphere. The Eternal Sphere is gone, but what was in the Eternal Sphere is still trapped inside the Eternal Sphere. That's kind of the gist of what I think, at least. It's kind of like they've kind of severed ties between the fourth dimension and the Eternal Sphere. Because if you think about it, you can't really, like, eliminate something that isn't really, like, in that world. It just exists in the world beyond. the point of it is, and this kind of ties to my point when I talked about this in Archives. It's another dimension. It's another world. You can delete that world. You can delete it. You can delete anything. You know, you can have headcanon and believe that nothing happens. Like, I can delete the fact that Sylvanas Windrunner exists from my mind. That doesn't change the fact that she still exists. You know what I mean? It's like, there's probably some private server or something somewhere that someone's set up that's keeping all of these people alive. That's what I believe. But then you have Star Ocean 6, which makes things more interesting. Because Star Ocean 6 came out after this, and they added the, well, plot twists for Star Ocean 6, but they added the whole Scorpion network, and that completely opens things up for the explanation as to how they are still alive. And I'm not saying it is the Scorpion network specifically, but if there's a network that people can integrate with willingly, surely there's a network that people are, like, integrated with by default. The only difference with Scorpion is, like, it's kind of like another network that is kind of like used to create a hive mind. Whereas the networks are completely different. Like, you can have numerous networks, you know, and that's the thing. I think that's kind of what they're trying to go with Star Ocean 6, to try and explain all of this. That's just my 2 cents, but I think if you ask me, they still exist on a network somewhere, or on a server that's somehow still around. Because it's like with World of Warcraft, even if Blizzard decided to delete World of Warcraft tomorrow, which they could do that, the private servers would still exist, because you couldn't get rid of the private servers. It's like you can take down games, you can make games unavailable, and you can do all of that stuff. But there's always going to be those people that will still preserve them in some way, shape, or form. You can't prevent that, because it's out there, and when it gets out there, you can't delete it. Maybe it's a bit metaphorical in that regard, but that's kind of how I see Star Ocean 3's plot twist. It's one of those things where, you know, sure you can delete things, sure you can take things away from us, like, to some degree, but there's some things that you just can't take away, you know? You can delist games from Steam, but you can't stop us from playing it, you know? And even if they did take away the games from us, those games would still exist in our minds. You know, think of it that way. Because these games mean something to us personally, because we experience them, and their experiences linger on within us. And it's within our own minds, experiencing this game, that the game still exists in our minds. So if the game still exists in our minds, then they still exist from our own perception of their existence. That's kind of my take on the ending. I know, it's convoluted as fuck, but that's Star Ocean 3's ending. That's Gotamda for you. He's crazy. He's absolutely crazy, but that's why we love him. But, either ways, we got the endings, boys. Let's hope we don't get Sophia's ending, because she sucks. If I get Sophia's ending, then I'm redoing this, and I'm going to go for someone else's ending, and I'm going to basically feed her fucking pheromone enhancers so that she doesn't like me anymore, so that I never have to see her again. Looks like we don't have Mirage's ending, so...
It's about that time.
Yes, it is.
Say hi to the old man for me, and apologize to him. Tell him I'm sorry I can't take over the dojo.
Sure, Cliff.
Like, each of the characters...
Is his health all that bad? I can't believe it. He's such a tough old guy. I always thought he was indestructible.
I think he's exaggerating a little bit. He just wants me to come home, that's all.
I see. Well, he sure does seem down in the dumps. Maybe it's just his age catching up with him.
Probably. And I've been away for so long.
Yeah.
Each of the characters has their own ending, so they all have their solo ending.
The transport Canis will be departing for Claw System shortly. Passengers wishing to board the Canis should report to Gate 3. Your attention, please.
But at the end, you'll get the group ending that you got from all the private actions.
Well, I have to go or I'll miss the transport. See you later, Cliff.
I'm hoping for Cliff's ending.
I'm sorry. I wish I could go back with you, but it's pretty much impossible the way things stand.
But I'm not sure I'm gonna get it.
Yes, you got the short end of the stick again. Don't worry about it. That's what I like about you, Cliff.
As long as I don't get fucking Sophia's ending, then I'll be happy. Well, I'll be content. Oh boy, here's the Simp Brigade.
I guess that's about as much as you can do with those limp noodles you call arms. If you want to go home, go right ahead.
No, I can do a few more.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm forcing you or anything. If you can't handle how I do things around here, feel free to quit at any time. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They seem pretty dedicated. I wonder why.
Father, whatever are you making them do?
I'm merely training your subordinates, as you seem unfit for the task.
I'm commanding this unit, Father, not you. Please don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Their main tasks involve office work and research. There's no need to force them to train like this.
What are you talking about? Are these pallid wimps supposed to be recognized as members of the Shield Legion, which is entrusted with the defense of the kingdom? The owner of a healthy body is the owner of a healthy spirit. You spoil them too much.
The way you do things, only owners of unhealthy spirits will be left, Father. I have my own way of doing things. Please stop interfering. All right, everyone. Time to head back.
Please, Lady Claire, no. Allow me to continue a little longer.
He's right. We're so close.
Watch me. I'll make it to the end. I know I can.
What?
Like I said, the Simp Brigade.
See? They all want to finish. Why don't you just back off, huh?
Huh?
107. 108.
I can do more.
Lady Claire, I'm sorry.
Feel the burn. 100
I'm out.
Father, what have you been telling them? Look at these people. It's not healthy to train until you faint.
Nah, it's no big deal. I just promised them that whoever lasts till the end of my workout program gets to marry you, that's all. Well, it's not like you've got somebody else picked out, so I'll pick one for you.
Father, now that's really going too far. I'll pick my own husband, thank you very much.
See what I mean?
You know, that's why you're still single after all this time. I think part of the problem is that you don't associate with any gentlemen. And at your age, too.
I'll thank you not to worry about that sort of thing.
The Simp Brigade. Yeah, she's got her own Simp Brigade.
After learning about our country's state of confusion, the noblemen of Greeton, where the damage was relatively minor, formed a conspiracy to take advantage of the situation. However, Now that the Lord of Arzum has been stricken with an illness, the conspiracy is slowly dying out.
Is that so? This is very unfortunate for the Lord of Arzum, yet very fortunate for our country. We have asked our citizens to suffer too much already. Now, our sacred kingdom of Aquaria has lost even the ability to avoid useless conflicts. In the years to come, until our kingdom's strength has recovered, we will have to ask you to perform many difficult missions. We are counting on you.
Yes, Your Majesty. Please, this goes without saying. I have yet to earn the honor of serving the Crimson Blade, but I will not betray Your Majesty's sacred trust. I will spare no efforts in these tasks.
It would seem we can stop worrying about Greeton for a while. Although Ariglyph is another story. According to the reports of the Spectral Legion, everything is peaceful in the Sandmite region. So, it would appear that domestic problems are our main concern.
We agree. We do not want to believe this, but...
Domestic problems?
We just received a report from Claire. There is a sense of restlessness among certain wealthy merchants in Paterni. We have not determined the size or objectives of this plot, or who the ringleaders are, or any such details, but we must begin an official investigation. You are to select one appropriate person to handle this. We also plan to assign a member of the Chain Legion who is familiar with the local area to assist in this investigation.
Understood. Very well. I will undertake this mission.
A ninja's work is never done.
Are you sure?
But Nell, you just returned home. You must still be tired. Should you not assign this task to someone else?
No, Your Majesty. I need to keep working. It's the only way I can relax now.
This will not do. Trusting the capabilities of one's subordinates and giving them appropriate tasks to build up experience, these are also the responsibilities of those who lead. Entrust this job to another.
Her Majesty has spoken. You must send one of your subordinates. What? Don't tell me you're actually complaining about taking a few days off.
I will give the matter due consideration.
In that case, you are dismissed. With the past war, our country finds itself in dire need of what personnel it has left. Take good care of yourself.
Well, if you want my recommendation, Mel...
Thank you very much. Then I will take my leave now.
Take Tarnave. Let her go. Because Farlene, well, I think she's not really the best choice.
Hello, Professor Elena. You have an audience with Her Majesty?
That's right. It's about the motor I developed based on channeled force.
I see.
I haven't seen you in a long time. You sure look busy. But you're so young. Why don't you try to do some of the things only the young can do? I'll support you any way I can.
You know, I could say the same to you. I hear you really put everything you've got into your research.
But that doesn't matter, since I'm not young anymore. Anyway, I'll see you later. It wouldn't do to keep Her Majesty waiting any longer.
Oh, and Professor Elena, why do you work so hard for all of us?
It's because I like this world, at least as much as anyone else does. Do you have a problem with that?
No,
It's about time.
we didn't get Cliff's ending.
System lock. Gravitic warp field released. Now, let's return from gravitic warp space to normal space. Okay, and the rest is all up to the autopilot. About 30 minutes left till we reach Genesis system. Thing I don't get is why we have to meet face to face in this day and age. What a waste of time. All we have to do is take care of this through communications or whatever. That's a tricky problem. When technology moves forward, ways to abuse it are also born. Unless everyone in the universe suddenly turns into good little boys and girls someday, I think meeting face to face will still be the safest way to go. Ah, boss, you're awake already? We've still got some time left before we arrive. I know, but we're gonna meet with some bigwigs from the old Federation government. I don't know how we'll handle them in the new government, but I can't just roll out of bed right before our meeting, can I? I guess it's tough to be famous. I didn't get famous on purpose. It was more of a process of elimination thing. But honestly, flying all over the place on a daily basis like this, doesn't it give you lots of food for thought? I'm always worried that my wife will leave me or something. Actually, today's my daughter's birthday, but here I am. You gotta go home sometimes. I'm no ogre, you know. If you ask for a vacation, I won't say no. That won't work either, will it? Since Quark is disbanded, we really lack personnel. Well, I guess I'm still all right. My wife? She understands about all that. Ah, that reminds me. I put all the mail that arrived while you were asleep in the usual place. You've got about 200 this time. At least 20 of those are priority A, too. I bet it's fan letters from all those two-faced geezers again, huh? No, I can't just ignore them, but they're so depressing to read, I just don't feel like looking at them. There were some dinner date invitations from some fine young women mixed in there, too.
Pay attention to this bit.
What's that? From who?
It's very important.
From Ophelia of Tetragenesis and Allie of the planet Midgard. One invitation each.
Yep.
Well, they are both beautiful, but I bet this'll turn out even worse than the letters from those old men. I never was any good at figuring out what those kinds of people are. Just more ulcers for me as always. All I want is a nice, relaxing dinner. If only Fate or Maria would come back, things would go a little bit easier. Well, that's not gonna happen. It's not like they were doing what they were doing for the fun of it anyway. Someday events may draw them back out again, but until that happens, I don't expect to see those two involved in politics. If they'd show up, everything would be so much easier. Yeah, well, you know this is an age-based ranking system, so there's nothing we can do. Till it's our turn to pass the baton, all us old folks can do is keep on struggling. I myself want to find a place to retire and take it easy for a while. The best thing about the whole thing is, we know the next generation is excellent, so there's nothing to worry about. I agree with both points. Still, I guess there's no use complaining. We'll just have to work as hard as we can to leave as few problems as possible for the next generation. That's the job of old guys like us.
Well, it's either Sophia or Billy No Mate's ending.
At last. Time to say goodbye to the ship. If you think about it, All the days of my struggle began and ended on this ship. Thinking back again, it wasn't such a long time, but there's still so much that we have to remember.
This is the last chance. All right, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, here's another member of the Synth Brigade.
Captain? I have something I want to talk to you about. Do you mind? Oh boy, there he goes. There he goes. All right, either he succeeds or everything falls apart. What a sight to behold.
Thank you for all your hard work. I never would have been able to make it this far without you. Thanks, Lieber. So, what did you want to talk about?
Captain, I mean, Maria, that is, I mean...
What is it? What are you so nervous about? If there's something I can help with, just say the word and I'll do it.
Are you sure you want to let this chance pass you by? Won't you regret it later? Don't let it stress you out. Follow your heart.
It's okay. I've gotten over him. You can't keep fighting for a lost cause forever, you know. You'd have to be pretty stupid to keep trying and trying. Like good old Lieber here. Okay, let's all go back home to where we belong. We have to start our new lives for ourselves now.
Hopefully we get Billy No Mates ending. Please get Billy No Mates ending.
Thank you for traveling aboard the transport ship Hornet, which is bound for the planet Roke and Kratos Spaceport 3. This ship will be arriving in our Kula system in 12 days, followed by our final destination of Roke after a total of 14 days in transit. Please, enjoy your flight.
Two weeks, that's pretty long. Whew. Whew. Now that the Creator has left this universe, a new universe created by the formal inhabitants of the Eternal Sphere has been born. Birth, prosperity, glory, decline, destruction, and then rebirth. Ever since the dawn of history, these events have been repeated over and over. But what happened this time was something completely different from all that came before. Rebellion against the Creator, the unforgivable sin. Did we do the right thing? Can we as humans bear the weight of this sin?
Hey you! What are you looking so glum for? You're adults, ain't ya? So act like adults.
Miss?
You know, I have no idea what happened to you, and I don't want to know. But you know, you can't do a dang thing about stuff that's already happened. Stop moping around and start thinking about something else. Some people, always feeling sorry for themselves. Man, I tell ya, I can't stand adults like you who always worry about the past. Drives me crazy.
You and me both.
So what's your problem? Well, you got something to say to me? Then just say it.
Oh, sorry. Please forgive her. The things kids say.
Hey, Ruddle, you stay out of this. There's nothing wrong with what I said.
Rumina, please. A whole lot of people lost their families, loved ones, and friends in this war. Try thinking a little bit about their suffering and their sadness. If you did, you'd never say things like that.
Yeah? Well, what's crying gonna change? Nothing. Cry all you want, it won't help. Am I wrong?
Rumina, please. Please don't talk like that. People who can't understand the pain of others are the worst people around.
What are you talking about? Ruddle, you...
Wait, it's okay. She's right. Yeah, you're right. It's exactly like you said. We have to be more positive. Crying about things won't change anything. Thanks, Rumina. You've taught me a valuable lesson.
Huh? What? Well, good. As long as you know what I mean.
You've got it right. When your very existence is denied, if you accept that and don't even try to fight, you might as well be dead. If we don't act to protect our own selves, then who will do it for us?
And we got the Billy No Mates ending, yay! Because we pissed everybody off.
A migratory bird. I wonder what everyone's doing right now. Now that I think about it, I did do a lot of crazy things. Maybe I should stay out of sight.
Love this.
On the bright side, my college is closed indefinitely. Worrying won't get me anywhere. What happens, happens. I guess I'll take it easy for a while.
I love how he's just like, yeah, maybe I was just a bit of a dick. But he's like, I don't give a fuck. And this is the best ending of them all! Hey! Yep, this is what we've been waiting for this whole game!
You'd better get me out of here right now.
I just love this! This is why I didn't want to go into that area and recruit and meet Roger, because if you never meet Roger, you get this cutscene. Like, after everything that's happened, he's still stuck in that cage. Even after everything that's just happened in the world, like with the whole universe being deleted, he's still stuck in that cage at the end of the game. And the best part about it is, you don't even know who he is. Like, because you've never met him. This is that's what you see when you never meet him. You get that ending. And it's the best ending in the game. Because it's just so stupid. It just comes out of nowhere and you're just like, who the fuck is he? What the fuck is going on? But if you know who he is, and you know how much of a piece of shit he is, well, you know, and how much of a, like, dipshit he is, it's even more satisfying to watch. Because he deserves everything, he deserves everything he's, like, he deserves it. He deserves all of that punishment for being a fucking dipshit, trying to, like, fool everybody and everything. But, yeah. I mean, we already have a clear save, but we might as well, But, yeah, that's Star Ocean 3, guys. Yep. We finally finished it. All I'm gonna say is, I'm glad it's over. I really am glad it's over, because I really... Let's put it this way. I just wanted this fucking game to be over so that, you know, I could just get it done. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to get this Let's Play done. But yeah, my opinion of this game hasn't changed. It really hasn't. This game is a pain in the ass. It really is a pain in the ass, man. Like, it's just got so many annoying things in it. Like, way too many annoying things. Like, I can't stress it enough. Like, I mean, like, where do I even begin with the annoying shit that this game has? Like, I mean, it's like, you know, like, just going through all the fucking dungeons again was a nightmare. You know, like, I think the more I play this game, the more I detest the Fury system. Like, that Fury system really annoys me. Like just how the AI acts and how they'll just stand still on a dime, like, the moment that you use a weak attack. And the AI, they will always use strong attacks when they don't need to. And it's just like, oh my god, and then they'll get hit because they prepare a strong attack and a strong normal attack and then get bummed. And you're just like, oh my god, and then you have to play the game yourself, and it's just a fucking nightmare. I think that's the best way to describe Star Ocean 3. But either ways, that's it for this Let's Play, guys. I don't think I'll be doing another Let's Play anytime soon. I think this game has definitely burned me out, because, yeah, this was a long one, so yeah. Anyways, if you watched any of this, or all of it especially, then I do appreciate you spending the time. But I do better videos than this. If you look on my channel, you'll see that I have a lot more videos that are just better than any of the Let's Plays I've done. So I would encourage you to check those out instead. Particularly like videos like my Valk profile to analysis, and, you know, like, as I say, some of my reviews, like, they're better content than this. This isn't very good. I'm just gonna be honest, this was a terrible Let's Play. But it needed to be done, so yeah. Anyways, see you guys.